Well,
Go
2
ahead.
weeks ago on the George Allen thing, they said that they cropped the quote, and they said I only said the part about, George Allen thinks tall black people are athletes. I'm like, no, it was just like a quip, like a joke at the end.
All right, cool.
Anyway, Mr. Rhodes, you're here with your Oath Keepers group, and as I understand it, you're hoping to sponsor this pre-debate rally in South Carolina. What was the genesis of this? How did you get involved?
Well, I mean, I was a Ron Paul supporter back during his last campaign, and I still support him. Although we don't endorse candidates officially, obviously that's what I prefer to have as president. And so when I got a chance to come sponsor this, I see this as a way to outreach to the Tea Party and try to keep them from going back into the fold of just voting GOP and just voting for the same neocon hacks of last time. I kind of feel like this is the last chance in a way to get it right. They screw this up, the Republican Party deserves to die. That's how I feel.
Well, did just Ron Paul invite you to become part of this, or did?
No. Just
how'd you? Because this is kind of an institutional event. If you have the Governor Haley coming.
Sure. Well, let's put it this way. Chris Lawton, the guy who sponsored this and organized it, he put the rally on last time. He's a big Ron Paul supporter. He's also an Oath Keeper. He contacted me and invited me to speak. So it's not a Ron Paul event, but certainly there's quite a few Ron Paul supporters here. And so I would say the speaking list is probably you're going to get more Ron Paul type folks speaking tonight than you might if it would have been some other person putting the event on.
Fair enough. What do you think about the debate tonight? Are you involved at all in the debate?
Oh no, so we watch it like everybody else, and then I speak tonight before Congressman Paul comes on.
Okay. What do you hope is talked about in terms of the issues that are important to you at the debate?
Well, I would like to see, the big picture is that our country's in the position we are now, about ready to go bankrupt and facing destruction of our liberties, destruction of our Bill of Rights, because we've gotten away from strict adherence to the Constitution. And so I think that, when it comes to conservatives, I kind of see the Obama years to me are kind of like a window of opportunity to try to deprogram conservatives from all the brainwashing they got during the Bush years. They were just drinking the Kool-Aid, and you could do nothing wrong. And almost the absurd kind of power by John Yoo or anybody else on his staff, they swallowed it. And so now that Obama's in, a lot of them who were asleep during Bush are awake. This is my chance to try to get them to become more consistent about the Constitution. And of course the flip side's also true. Now that Obama's the president, people on the political left have gone to sleep. Not everybody, but to a great extent. They're making excuses for things that he's doing that Bush did. But when Obama does it, then it seems to be okay. Like line item vetoes and signing statements, things like that. That Bush did they didn't like, and Obama's doing it's okay. It's a cycle of politics. And when your party's in power, you tend to go, yay team go, they can do no wrong. When your party's out of power, then they rediscover the Constitution and start quoting Ben Franklin.
How many times has Obama used the line item veto?
Well, he just did it just recently.
Right, I know, I saw that.
Right. So it's the same idea. It's a signing statement, I think this is a case where he negotiated a compromise, and then when the compromise was put through, and he said, I'm just going to go ahead and disavow that in my signing statement. It's the same kind of crap that Bush did. It's unconstitutional. We've already settled this.
There's a lot of rhetoric on the stage bashing the neocons, the John Birch Society president.
Right.
Spent pretty much his entire speech talking about that. A lot of the 2012 candidates were very friendly to the neocon cause only a few years ago, and they've kind of dropped a lot of that rhetoric, a lot of those policy positions in the last few years. For example, Newt Gingrich, only a few years ago, was hoping for another 9/11 so the country would wake up and increase the security state.
Right. He's a government supremacist, is what he is. And so, so I wouldn't trust Newt Gingrich as far as I could chuck him. And I think it goes for Trump. Here's a guy who tried to use eminent domain to steal old lady's house so he can build a parking garage for his limos. There's no respect for property rights, no respect for individual rights. And so, any of those crew, whether it's Romney or Gingrich or Trump, all they are is opportunists. They'll say whatever they think they need to say to woo the Tea Party, get them to support them. So people have to look at their records. What have they actually done in their life? What are they advocated for in the past? The leopard does not change the spots.
All right, Scott, do you have any questions? I'm good.
Okay.
All right, sir. Well, I enjoyed that. It's yours, I think, right? Okay.
Thanks a lot, guys.
It was nice speaking to you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You bet. Take care.